What's up, my ninjas? I am Strident, and this is my review space. This is all the stuff I've yet to review that's been crowding up the space for the longest time. I managed to find Tigra and Chitara for $5 a piece at Rose's. I managed to get Ultimate Roadblock, which I'm going to review. My homeboy G.I. Joe 4157 got me that Flint. It's a Flint that, as you can see, for the longest time I didn't have, so thank you much. There's a review coming, or a quick overview coming, since it's an old figure and there's not much to it. I got a corny-ass Data Viper. Thanks again for that, Flint. There's the a Roadblock custom I'm working on, because that head fits that body perfectly. I got a bone arrow for Legolas because my brother broke the old one. I got some Crimson guards. I got another corny ass Data Viper. If someone wants that, hit me up. Count Marzo. Love that figure. And I got this Nicolas Cage Archer, Elven Archer from Lord of the Rings. He looks just like Nicolas Cage from Con Air, which is crazy. I don't know what they were thinking, but shit, I love Nicolas Cage, man. Dude's funny as hell. But this is just, kind of a brief, I've got this crap over here. I'll still be reviewing them soon. But, this is kind of just an overall look at the stuff that I am going to be reviewing. So today I'm going to run through as much of this as I can. So stay tuned. What's up, my ninjas? I'm Strident, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through a bunch of figures that I had been meaning to review for quite some time, because I'm tired of all this shit. Wow. I'm tired of all this shit sitting on my desk. I need to go put them on my shelves and make room for new stuff so I can continue doing new reviews. So anyway, what I'm reviewing today is the original Marvel Legends by Toybiz, Series 10 Cyclops. Series 10 Cyclops comes with the left arm of this ginormous motherfucker right here, the Sentinel. Now this was a gift kind of for my son, the older son, my stepson. When he was younger, his father was into Marvel Legends, and kind of he collected with him in mind. So, at some point, all those Marvel Legends that his dad had were given to our son, well, my stepson. And for some reason, there's certain ones he plays with a lot, and then there's other ones he doesn't. So, what he doesn't play with, I just have on my shelves. So, this Cyclops, we actually have two of them, because I have most of this wave myself, and so he had the whole wave. Anyway, this Cyclops is not really that big of a deal. It's a very awesome sculpt. And it's the version that I used to play with, and my brother actually played with before me in the old Konami X-Men, 6-player beat 'em up, or 4-player beat 'em up, depending on which version you played. And he's just a really simple figure. The cool thing about him is there's no stupid light up action. You know me, I hate gimmicks on my figures. I don't like when there's a button or something protruding from the back, as the first Cyclops had that. But he had a hole, you can kind of see it, for a stand. The flight stand hole broke off while I was posing him. I think he fell or something. Those things were pretty fragile, which kind of sucked. So, at times you couldn't, you couldn't get the mileage out of them that you were hoping that you would get. You know what I'm saying? So, if you look, there we go, I got some extra light. If you look at his back, you can see what I'm talking about. The hole has the peg from the stand, the flight stand, in there. I had him in like a jumping, the gene splice kind of pose, and yeah, it didn't quite work out the way that I had planned. And that's a lot of the time, that's how it works with action figures. But trying to shine more light on that. You see that? All right. Now with I finally figured out things that I can do in order for you to see the figure a little bit better. So, with that in mind, let's look at his face. That is a dope-ass face sculpt. I love the fact that he looks so serious and so focused. It's Cyclops. I mean, 100%. That's the way he is. That's the way that, you know, he should always be captured. It should never be, you know, Cyclops with like a big old smirk on his face, unless it's young Cyclops. So let's go into more detail. His gloves and the paintwork on his whole entire body. There's this cool, like, I mean, he was sculpted in blue, and then he was, well, blue and yellow, but then you can see this really cool kind of dry brush effect all over the body. Do you see that? All throughout the body. It's on his gloves, it's on his boots. It looks kind of weathered. It's on his pants, and I like that the pants look more like pants and less like tights, because you can't really see all the musculature. But up top, you can see the musculature, almost like he's wearing an Under Armour shirt or something. I think that's really dope. They did a good job with that. On his visor, the legendary ruby quartz visor. You've got the cool metallic, you know, almost gold. It's not yellow, it's gold. There's not slop going on there. I mean, he's just a well done figure with a well done paint job. He even has kind of that dirty paint job on his chin. It looks like his face, he's been through it a little bit. Move back. But it doesn't look weird the way that the Arkham Origins Batman figure looked. You know how the Arkham Origins Batman figure kind of looked dirty, and he looked more like there was just dirt all over him, and less like, you know, he had a 5 o'clock shadow. This actually looks like homeboy has a you know, he has dirt on him, and less like a 5 o'clock shadow. And I like that. I think that's the way it should be. As far as articulation goes, give me a second and I will go through his articulation. He does not have any type of ab anything going on. No diaphragm joint, no ab crunch, nothing. But his head is on a ball socket joint. He can't really stay looking up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's as far as it goes. And if you push it, you can see it can go this much. If you look closely along the seam of his torso, you can see when I do this, when I look up, his neck cracks a little bit. I don't know if you can see it. Let me lean it down and aim some light there. Look at that. You see it opening up? So yeah, this was when Marvel Legends was not necessarily great in giving all of the articulation that was promised. They'd give you some of it, and then sometimes things would kind of work. I mean, we still get that. But anyway, so the head swivels properly. You can make him look up and hold his head up if you want him to look up, you know. Ooh, what the fuck? His arms are on kind of ball socket swivel type deals. He's got a swivel at the shoulder right above the bicep. Double jointed elbows that are restricted by his glove. They can only go that much. But he's got a swivel in the wrist. He's got a kind of a, I don't know, a bend at the wrist. Or, I'm sorry, so that was a glove swivel, bend at the wrist. You know, articulated fingers, so you could have him actually put his hands to the visor and they don't look horrible, you know what I mean? I think actually it's this hand, because this one can bend more than the other one. This hand, you can actually put it at the visor and he actually looks more like what we're used to. He has a swivel at the waist. He's got a sorry. It's got a double jointed knee, swivel at the oh, no swivel at the boot. I don't know why I thought he had a swivel. It looks like there's a swivel in there, but it doesn't do anything. Instead, he has a ankle pivot. You know, slight ankle pivot. I might even be imagining that, but it does move a little bit. You can see it, but he can point at the toe. And that's really it. You know, this is a very basic figure. You know, Wave 10, original Marvel Legends. I like him because Cyclops is my favorite X-Men. And all too often these days when I'm looking back on Cyclops, he exhibited some really cool features, really cool personality traits, and he did some really badass things that the general public wants to forget because of Bryan Singer's mockery of an X-Men film. So fuck Bryan Singer, Team Cyclops all the way. If you like Cyclops, if you like Marvel Legends, this is a good one to have. ODC That's Me will be doing the X Factor variant because I only have this one. I'm not big on variants. I never go back and get the variants unless it's a figure I was like 1,000% interested in. I do it with G.I. Joes sometimes, you know, kind of like you see in the background here with the two, you know, well, all these roadblocks, and I have one more. So, anyway, Cyclops is a win. It's not the most amazing articulation, but like I said, if you dig Marvel Legends, you might want to get him. Alright, so anyway, I'm Strident. That's my story. I'm sticking to it, and I'm going to move on to another review.